This is the third video of lecture 3. Here I try to help Jim Barton to figure out how he can show the contribution of information technology to the revenue and profit of IVK. In short, I want him to be able to measure the value of IT and show it to the CEO. So first off, we need to know what IT value is. IT value refers to the impact of information technology on organizational performance. It can be improving, the productivity of a business process or enhancing, the profitability of the organization. It can, IT can reduce cost. It can give, competitive advantage to the company. It can reduce inventory, or it can increase, the market share of the company. So these are how IT can contribute to a uh, company's status. We have two formulation of organizational performance: efficiency and effectiveness. Uh, with efficiency, we have an internal view of an organization. We try to do things right, which means that we try to reduce the cost of the business processes. We try to improve the productivity of the business processes in the organization. A second formulation is effectiveness, which has uh, an external perspective. You try to compare the organization with other organizations in the environment, and you try to do the right things. So here, organizational performance is about gaining competitive advantages over your competitors. So how IT creates value for the organization, creates effectiveness or efficiency for the organization. First off, you need to know that IT resources are not enough per se for creating value. It requires some complementary organizational resources, and the combination of the two types of IT resources and non-IT resources uh, will improve the business processes in the organization. That will improve the performance of business processes, which will be turned into organizational performance. So in the next slide, I'm going to explain each of these components. We we already know what IT resources are. They are infrastructure, business applications, technical skills, and managerial skills. We went over them in lecture 1. But as I just mentioned, these resources cannot improve business processes themselves. They also need to be in alignment with uh, complementary organizational resources such as organizational charts, the policies in the organization, the rules that they have, um, the culture of the organization, and so forth. So these combination can improve business processes, which are the activities uh, that have some inputs and some outputs. There is a sequence of activities like that will get inputs and turn them to output. This is the definition of a business process. Examples are inbound logistics, manufacturing, sale, distribution, customer service, and so on and so forth. Therefore, using IT resources in combination with non-IT resources will improve business process performance. I'm going to go to the details of different types of business process performance measures in the next slides, but improving the business process performance will be mapped into improving organizational performance, which means the market value of the company will be improved. We are going to have higher profit margins, the efficiency is improved. We are going to be uh, more competitive than our competitors. We are having, several advantages over our competitors, and so on and so forth. So that's how IT uh, creates value for the organization. However, note that mm, it is possible that IT creates value, for the organization. IT improves the business process performance. However, you may not see that, business process performance is increased. You won't see organizational performances improve, and that's because of, the characteristic of the industry, or the country, or having trading partner that do not have the resources and business process that are required. So we may not see the improvement in the organizational performance due to these other characteristics. So my recommendation to the CIOs is to measure um, the value of IT, the contribution of IT to the organizational performance using uh, business process performance measures. For example, on-time shipping, customer satisfaction, or inventory turnover, which is how long it takes to sell the inventory on hand. So this is how things can be done. For example, one way is that how long does it take to make decision about giving a loan to a client. This, if IT can improve this time, this duration, lower, if IT can lower this duration, then we can say that this is the contribution of IT to the company. But Barton needs to know that he may not see the improved business performance because of not having the complementary non-IT resources. Perhaps the employees are not well trained to use the IT because of having poor trading partners and uh, high competitiveness in the market, heavy regulations in the market, or economic downturn and low IT literacy, which means these improvements are not viewed because of the industry characteristics and country characteristics. Pause here for a minute and try to answer this question and this question. Let me introduce you to some measures for business process performance. First, you need to choose the value discipline for your organization. You need to figure that out. Uh, there are three value disciplines. Uh, Firm creates value for customers through operational excellence, which means offering customers a low cost product or service, or they may go for customer intimacy, which means doing whatever it takes to meet the needs of customers who love to see a variety of products and services. Availability is important to them. That means products are always there for them to choose from, and also service quality. So these customers, they care more about these attributes than the cost of the product or service. If you follow variety, availability, and service quality for the customers, then your value discipline is customer intimacy. Firms can also create value through groundbreaking innovation, uh, providing new products and services. So product leadership is the third value discipline. So if I want to compare the three value disciplines using the attribute of value proposition, operational excellence tries to provide the best total cost. Customer intimacy tries to provide the best total solution for the customer, and product leadership tries to provide the best product. The strategic focus of operational excellence is operational efficiency, which means the organization tries to have as few errors as possible because errors are costly. It tries to have, high quality in the business processes so that uh, the product that is created has the best value for the money. On the other hand, if customer intimacy is followed, then uh, the focus is on understanding the customer's needs uh, and trying to motivate customer to pay a premium level uh, service uh, price. On the other hand, product leadership is about innovation. You just want to be innovative faster than others. This is very similar to the prospector that we learned in the previous lecture. So examples of operational excellence can be, uh, we can enumerate Aldi and Lidl as companies that follow operational excellence. Regarding customer intimacy, I can provide examples of Albert Heijn or Jumbo. And for product leadership, we can say Tesla is, an example of, this value discipline. So the role of IT in operational excellence is to uh, provide automation so that the processes are as error-free as possible and the processes are executed with the lowest cost possible, and using IT to integrate the supply chain so that these uh, suppliers' business processes are integrated with our business processes to increase the speed and decrease the cost. As for customer intimacy, IT tries to allow personalization of the products or mass customization, which means we have several attributes that can be changed about a service or product, and IT helps us to uh, do that. As for product leadership, IT is usually try to support designing of new products and introducing the products to the or services to the market faster than your competitors. So each value discipline has its own critical processes. We have around five important processes in an organization: supplier relations, production and operations, improving product and services, product and service enhancement, sales and marketing support, and customer relations. So for operational excellence, supplier relations and product and operations are important critical business processes. However, the other three processes can be less than average. For the customer intimacy value discipline, sales and marketing support and customer relations are the important uh, critical business processes, while production and operation and product and service enhancement should be average, and supplier relations can be less than average. As for product leadership, the most critical business process is product and service enhancement, while product and operations can be less than average, and other business processes can be uh, average, which means the business process performance measures should be similar to other uh, organizations, other companies in the market. In this slide, we can suggests two sets of performance measures for operational excellence value discipline. Under supplier relations, we can have measures such as transaction costs, variance in supplier lead times, quality of products and services from suppliers, and close relationship with suppliers. Under production and operation, we can measure the level of production or throughput. We can measure the productivity of the machines, and we can also measure the productivity of the employees and workers. Regarding customer intimacy, we can have performance measures such as market response time to pricing strategies, discounts, and promotions and advertisements. We can also have performance measures such as response time to customer needs or the amount of details that we have about a customer. Regarding product leadership, we can use performance measures such as development time for new products and services, time to market for a new product, and cost of designing new products and services. So my recommendation to the CIO is that find the value discipline of IVK, whether it's operational excellence, customer intimacy, or product leadership, then figure out the relevant critical processes for that value discipline, extract the business performance measures that I suggested in the previous three slides, and then conduct a survey or interview to show how these measures improved after an information technology initiative, after completing and introducing a new business applications to the company. Try to pause here for a minute and answer this question as well as this question. This is the end of lecture 3. In the next lecture, I discuss managing strategic IT projects.